I always believed secrets eventually come to light, but I never imagined the truth would emerge from a pink, glittery diary covered in unicorn stickers. My name is Adrian Blake. I'm 38, married, and a father to a curious, bright-eyed 10-year-old named Emily. For 14 years, I thought I'd built a perfect life with my wife, Natalie. A suburban dream home, weekend barbecues, family photos in matching outfits. From the outside, we looked like an enviable couple, but inside, I was living a meticulously crafted lie. It all started one rainy Sunday afternoon. Emily was sleeping in her room with her favorite book tucked under her arm. As I went in to close the window and pull up her blanket, I noticed her diary peeking out from under the pillow. I usually respected her privacy, but something felt off. Maybe it was a father's intuition, maybe fate. I picked it up, sat at her little desk, and opened it. The first pages were innocent. School lunches, the teacher's funny hair, all written in glitter pens. But then the tone changed. Mom has a friend who comes over while Dad's at work. His name is Kyle. She said he's our little secret. She said Dad wouldn't understand grown-ups' friendships. He brought flowers and kissed her in our kitchen. I didn't like it. My heart stopped. I tried to convince myself it was something harmless, maybe a hug or a distant relative. But page after page confirmed the truth. Kyle was visiting during my work hours, and Natalie would send Emily to her room, close the curtains, and play loud music. My hands shook. I put the diary back and stared at my daughter's sleeping face. I felt anger rise like I'd been carrying it for years. For days I watched Natalie, how she smiled too quickly when talking about her day, how she hesitated when I asked to pick Emily up early, the sudden increase in showers, locked phone screens, and frequent girls' nights. I didn't confront her. I made a plan. I'm not impulsive. I'm systematic. As a senior IT engineer, I built a career analyzing patterns, finding how systems break, how they're monitored, how they can be controlled. I treated this as a security breach, calm, methodical. I installed hidden security cameras in the living room, kitchen, upstairs hallway, small motion-triggered devices feeding into a private server only I could access. 2 weeks later, the nightmare revealed itself. Kyle wasn't a made-up name. He was real. A tall, athletic man in his 40s, grinning like he owned the world, bringing wine to my kitchen, kissing Natalie, even playing with our dog. One Thursday afternoon at work, I watched recordings. Natalie laughing like a teenager as she kissed Kyle against the fridge. It wasn't just a fling. It was habitual betrayal. Worse yet, Emily had seen them. One evening, Emily asked, "Daddy, is Kyle a bad person?" I froze. "Why do you ask?" Mom smiles more with him than with me. One day they yelled at each other, then Mom cried. My daughter's voice felt like a knife. It wasn't just betrayal, it was trauma etched into her soul. That night, I decided to destroy Natalie. Quietly, methodically. I backed up every message Natalie sent to Kyle, remotely accessed her phone. WhatsApp chats, emails, photos, voice notes, even her plans to ensure Emily was out of the house. I anonymously sent evidence to her school administrators, screenshots and messages raising doubts about her standing as a role model. Then I delivered a USB to Kyle's wife with footage of him with Natalie. Their marriage collapsed. Kyle moved away. Natalie was socially disgraced. I filed for divorce on one condition: sole custody of Emily. Natalie confessed. Her lawyer relented. I was awarded custody. Today, Emily and I live in another city starting over. We don't forget, but we draw strength from it. Every day, I remember the diary, because sometimes the hardest truths come from the smallest pens, and those truths rebuilt me instead of breaking me. Now, I'm strong. I rose from broken pieces. But if you think it's over, Think again. Natalie didn't stay silent. Emily still trembles at night, sometimes calls her mother in her sleep. I don't know if it's temporary or a permanent shadow. Then one morning I found an anonymous letter in our mailbox. Don't think you've forgotten me, Adrian. This is only the beginning. Her handwriting, Natalie's. Days later, I got a call from Emily's school. Someone claiming to be Natalie came to pick her up but fled when asked for ID. Security footage didn't show her face, but her posture was unmistakable. I called the police. Now Natalie isn't just a name, she's a threat. I drive Emily to and from school and bolstered our home security. But her fear shows in her eyes. Natalie isn't just our past, she's a shadow over our future. One night, Emily whispered, "Dad, is Mom coming back?" I told her, "No, I will never let her hurt you." But inside, I feared how far Natalie would go. Now the real war has begun. Natalie didn't act alone. She recruited former students in crisis and women with nowhere else to turn, tying them to organized crime. She's become more than a betrayer. She's embedded in darkness. Tracking fake passports, money laundering channels, blackmail videos, I watched her network grow. Law enforcement is hunting her, but she stays a step ahead. And I'm not just a father anymore. I'm protecting against a darkness born from our past, threatening our future. This story began with betrayal. Now it's a reckoning. I don't know Natalie's next move, but I know this. My name is Adrian Blake, and I will do anything to protect my daughter. I've changed hideouts, built a personal defense grid, changed her school, therapists, circle. I secured our home with cybersecurity. I monitor Natalie's digital traces daily. A trusted old friend, now a private cybersecurity consultant, no longer calls me just a dad. Because I'm not ordinary. I've been reborn as a father. I've grown into a warrior. Natalie's shadow will never fall on us again. This time, I'm not waiting in darkness. I'm heading it off. Natalie's new face is not just a spurned ex. It's the Oracle, a leader in the digital underworld. After escaping prison, she built a network in Eastern Europe tied to digital blackmail, deep fakes, psychological manipulation. She preys on single mothers, promising control and independence while laundering money and harvesting data behind the scenes. Each day, I discovered more. Natalie's second identity, fake applications in Emily's name, secret social media accounts using Emily's name to communicate with her classmates, crafted in Natalie's voice. I hardened our digital fortress and filtered all of Emily's devices through isolated servers. A trusted old friend taught me how to anticipate Natalie's next moves with cyber pattern analysis. Then Natalie struck again. One morning during a school fire drill, the alarm triggered by a masked woman distracting security guards. The footage showed Natalie's gait. No question. This was a threat. I'm here. And if you're not ready, I will take everything. That day, I decided to go on the offensive. I anonymously provided National Cybersecurity Services with evidence of her criminal network. With the help of independent ethical hackers, we cracked her encrypted systems, revealing her central core. A plan targeting schools, media outlets, even government institutions with false narratives. I had to stop this, and I did. Natalie's servers collapsed. I leaked definitive proof of her schemes to the media. The network collapsed. Targets were warned. Her digital empire was destroyed. She's still on the run, but not for long. Emily and I still watch. What keeps us going? Now we're not just a father-daughter duo. We're a team. Stronger, ready, capable of rebuilding from anything. What would you do if someone you loved betrayed you and then went so far as to threaten your entire future? What do you think is the right way to stop them? If you've read the story, share your thoughts in the comments, because some battles aren't won by staying silent. They're won by speaking out. Maybe your story could inspire someone else. Because sometimes, healing begins the moment someone says, "I'm not alone."